report. And with me now to talk more about that is Gerald Commissiong. He's the CEO of Todos Medical and a leader in the medtech industry. Welcome, sir. We expect the first wave of COVID booster shots to go to people over 65 and those with high-risk conditions as well as high-risk jobs. Do you think that's the right move right now, considering other countries haven't even received their first shot?
Well, unfortunately, other countries haven't received their shots, but the shots that we've received here in the U.S. are starting to fade. And so, as a U.S. Decision maker, it is in fact the right decision. We've seen it happen in Israel, where there was a significant jump in cases. They came in with the boosters for the appropriate age groups, and the cases went down. The same thing is happening in the UK. So I think the key here, as we think about this, is those people who, for whom the vaccine is not going to be effective long-term because they have underlying problems. So if you're older, you have an immune system that is declining, and so you're going to need something additional to protect you, because otherwise you're going to end up in the hospital. If you're a healthcare worker, you're at extremely high risk of catching the virus and spreading it to other people who are seeking care, and so we need to protect you. Same thing for some of these really consumer-facing jobs where you're interacting with a lot of people. So I do, in fact, think it is the right decision. The number of people being covered is not excessive. Certainly, the biggest problem we have is the unvaccinated in this country, but we don't want the vaccinated to become unvaccinated and be at that same risk level.
Well, that brings me to my next question. How much protection is actually provided, considering we still have millions of people who have yet to get their first shot here in the U.S.?
Well, on the journey towards herd immunity, or what we can consider enough immunity that the virus isn't filling up hospitals, I think the real question to ask is, how many people are actually protected versus not protected, instead of vaccinated versus unvaccinated, and that's really a change in conversation that needs to happen, because there are a bunch of unvaccinated people that are in fact protected because they had infection. We really need to find those people, make sure they have enough antibody levels to stay protected if they're not going to get the vaccine. And as we move forward, the key now is finding out those people who don't have any protection and then providing them additional protection. We've seen, for example, many state governments starting to rely more heavily on monoclonal antibody therapy, which is a shorter, much more expensive vaccine for a period of time. On the prophylactic side, on the therapeutic side, it certainly seems to have some benefit, especially early in the disease. So different approaches are being taken. But, I think in general, there is good protection from the vaccines. It does go down over time. It goes down faster in those who have compromised immune systems. And so that's where the focus needs to be, on the unvaccinated, on those with declining immune systems for whom the vaccine, doesn't last anywhere near as long.
All right, so let's talk about protection then. About 55% of the U.S. population is fully vaccinated. Is that enough to start heading toward herd immunity?
No, because the reality is 55% of the population is not fully vaccinated. If you believe that herd immunity starts to wane with the Pfizer vaccine that has been administered the most in this country over time. So, if immunity starts to wane at 4 months, and by 6 months it's down substantially, and 8 months it's significantly down, we're sitting here at the end of September. Anybody who got vaccinated, really, you can think end of March, end of May, those people are starting to see immunity wane. And certainly if you got vaccinated in January, you're at risk. So the challenge we have right now is there's not really a significant testing infrastructure for neutralizing antibodies in this country to be able to assess who is declining. And that lack of infrastructure means that the CDC can't recommend it, and therefore, you're really stuck between this rock and this hard place. A lot of people don't know if they have any protection, but there are tests out on the market. We have a CPAS neutralizing antibody test in the market that we sell at Provista Diagnostics that we make available. Other labs are starting to bring some stuff, neutralizing antibody tests up as well. But there is a real problem that needs to be addressed in understanding who actually has protection versus who just has a vaccine card.
Yeah, and that brings me to my follow-up question. Yeah, the booster shots are available for high-risk people over 65 years old and those with compromised immune systems. But what about folks who got the J&J shot? Should they be next in line or be considered for a booster shot?
I'm a J&J recipient, so I can speak, for myself. I think there's a lot of confusion around this J&J shot, and there seems to be, for some reason, a bias towards the mRNA shots, if you look at it that way. The data, that data that is being presented from healthcare workers who are, in fact, at high risk is that the J&J shot is, safe and effective, and that its efficacy actually seems to improve over time. So, the big challenge is that it's not as efficacious at the beginning. However, if you have received it, it doesn't look like it has the same waning immunity that you see with the Pfizer vaccine and, slower waning, but still waning immunity that you see with Moderna. So certainly it looks like over time, everybody's going to need a booster. There's no question about that. If you look at coronaviruses in general, not just COVID-19, the reality is that immunity doesn't last that long. Common cold, which is, a coronavirus, you can get it over and over again. And while, it may not kill you, the reality is that you don't have long-term immunity that results from infection. And therefore, if it doesn't result in long-term immunity from infection, it's unlikely to result in long-term immunity from the vaccine. So over time, I believe that everybody's going to need a booster. Whether that booster is a J&J booster, a Moderna booster, a Pfizer booster.
Time will tell.
Or mix and match. Yeah, exactly.
Got it. Gerald, thank you so much for joining us. And